Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Angelina and today I'm going to be doing my very sad July mid-month wrap-up. And I say very sad because all of the books I have so far read this month have all been 2 or 3 stars. And it's my birthday month, so I was really hoping that this month was going to be full of like 5-star reads or like at least 4-star reads. Like I wanted something good, something to like bring me joy with my reading, and yet here we are. So let's talk about these books. This month I read 4 nonfiction, which was kind of a surprise, but at the beginning of the month I sort of got on like a little kick of reading a couple like finance books, just because that's one of the goals I'm setting myself for like my 22nd year. But yeah, those books I read: Financial Feminist, Invest Like a Girl, and Girls That Invest. Very similar titles, but I read all of these and they were all fine. I feel like these ones, I just all gave them 3 stars because I don't really know how to rate like a book like this, like a self-help sort of book. But I thought they were helpful, but like they weren't like enjoyable to read. I don't know. So these are the only ones that like I'm not going to go too much into because I don't really know how to talk about them. But then I read another nonfiction that was more like a fun one that I thought I would have more to talk about. I also read like a literary horror and then a dark romance. So some variety there, but I do talk about all of the books that I read in my weekly vlog, so definitely check those out if you're interested. But let's talk about the other books that I have read so far. So that 4th nonfiction book is Filterworld, and this one I put on my 5-star prediction TBR for the month of July, and this just was so boring. So like this whole book is all about algorithms and how our culture surrounds like algorithms and how everything these days is built based on an algorithm, and I was really hoping to learn more about that, but I feel like this book I just didn't go into it with the right expectations. So this author is a writer for, let me check because last time I said the wrong one. He is a writer for The New Yorker, and I feel like that journalistic type of writing just definitely isn't my thing, but that's how this book was written. It was more of just, it wasn't a lot of facts like I expected. It was more just observations. It's this author talking about his own experiences with algorithms, and like how he sees how the world is changing due to algorithms, but it just was more of, I guess, not really like a case study, but just like a look into it without necessarily being super factual like I expected. I wanted something definitely that I would learn more things from, but I feel like this was just like, hey, you know, algorithms influence people. So I didn't necessarily get a whole lot out of this one. Then I read NightBitch. Again, this is one that was on my 5-star prediction TBR, and it's one I have been wanting to read for so long, and I ended up giving this one 3 stars. It started off so strong. I really thought I was gonna have a 5-star read, but the ending just got so boring, a little repetitive, and like the plot twist at the very end, it was kind of confusing. It didn't really make sense to me, and I sort of wanted something more to bring the whole story together. I never even said what this one is about, but this one is following a new mother who had to give up her art career, I guess, in order to be a stay-at-home mother, just because that's what worked best for their family. And she's sort of grappling with motherhood, her identity, and she ends up thinking that she is turning into a dog. So this whole story revolves around her thinking she's turning into a dog, and you know, again, she's a mother. It talks a lot about motherhood, her like relationship with her son, and like I really enjoyed all of that commentary that this book gave, but again, just the ending of this book really brought down my rating. And yeah, definitely a very big disappointment because I had such high hopes for it. And then the dark romance that I read was Lights Out. I know this is a very popular dark romance, and I can definitely see why. I had this book recommended to me by one of my coworkers, and then I ended up buddy reading it with my nail tech, which was so much fun. But this one is definitely on the lighter side of dark romance. It doesn't take itself too seriously, which is my personal preference, just because dark romance really isn't my thing. But this one was just really silly, really goofy, and I think that will appeal to a lot of people. But this whole premise surrounds our main character, who she enjoys watching mask talk. She is into like all the thirst traps with all the guys wearing masks, and she ends up like getting in contact with one of them and like commenting about how she would like him to like break into her house and everything, and he ends up doing it, and then they start a whole romance, and some other plot things happen that I really wasn't expecting. But again, silly, goofy. I like that it doesn't take itself too seriously. But yes, this definitely isn't like my kind of romance, just because of it hinging so much on the sexual relationship and not enough of like their actual like romantic emotional relationship with each other. But like for like a book that I wasn't going into with a high of expectations, I do think this one wasn't what I was expecting, but in like a really good way. I do give this one 3 stars, but like I feel like it's a very positive 3 stars, while the other 2 that I just talked about are like very disappointing 2 stars. So yeah, I definitely think a lot of people will enjoy this one, but again, just not necessarily my type of romance, but like it was enjoyable for what it was. So yeah, definitely can't fault it for that. But those are the 6 books that I have read so far this month. But that is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment whatever you feel like commenting, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!